Hello. Hi there. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully everything is working. It's been a long time since I have made a live stream like this. So hopefully it will go well. The last few times last year it was disastrous, so yeah, fingers crossed. So hopefully you have a good day. Just gonna chill, listen to some music, talk a bit, something like that. Nothing too serious for now. So, is the music too loud? Let's see. Maybe that's better. Okay. Anyway, hopefully nothing's going wrong for now. So, as I said, we're gonna play some music, talk a bit, and just like that. Okay, so let's begin with the first song. It'll put us in the mood. Sorry for that. what was the first song for today? That was, let's see, that was a song I made back in the end of 2022. Yeah, it's been already a bit since I made that song. And music, I don't know. Do you call it song when it doesn't have any vocals? Or you just call it something else? I'm curious. I have no clue. But that was... Oh yeah, that's right. I'm on Wi-Fi. Ha! Maybe that's causing all the problems. Well, we'll see. As long as the audio is fine, I think we're good. But might wanna try using cable next time, cause this is very chaotic. Anyway, so what did I say last time? Oh yeah, so the song I played not long ago, I called it The Coolest Blacksmith, which was a fan music I made for Hololive ID's Kyla Kowalska. Yeah, it was back at the time when I just discovered her, and I just... whenever I watched her, it was really comfy, so I decided to, you know what, let's create some music based on her, and that's what I came up with. Yeah, it was a really, it came out really good for me, at least. I really love that song. So that was to get us a little bit pumped. And now let's get even more by playing something a little more intense. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. My PC is struggling a lot. A song, eh? Yeah, I'll keep calling it a song. Yeah, let's play the next one. Alright! Hopefully I didn't blow your ear like that. Yeah, that was... Okay, let's talk about the backstory of that one. So, apparently it needs vocals to be called a song, so let's just say track or piece, I guess. Yeah, so let me share with you the backstory for that one. It comes from a cursed game called Genshin Impact. Yeah. So, there was this one character that was, let's just say, gimped. Yeah, I think that's the proper wording. The character was gimped. Yeah, I kinda liked the character. She had a cool style, and compared to most of the female characters from that game, she was pretty interesting, really likable, if you can say that. So I just wanted to create something based on her, and I just like underdogs, basically. So that's why one of the main reasons. Yeah. So, let's talk about a bit about gears I use. Oh, sorry. Hopefully I don't blow your ears up. I have a headphone, but the cable is quite short, so every time I don't hold it, it collides with the cable of the microphone, so it might create a huge boom in your ear, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's talk about gears and stuff I use. So I mainly use FL Studio Fruity Loops as a main DAW. Huh, interesting. So I still can't call it a song since I purposefully created a melody that can be sung. I don't know if it can be sung, but that's just what I thought in my head, so maybe I can call it a song, but whatever. So I use FL Studio mainly as a DAW. I used it since back in 2015 when I first delved into music production. Yeah. Back in the day, I just wanted to record stuff and make something. Oh no, it's not even 2015. It's back in 2014 even. Yeah. Back then, I barely knew what I was doing, and the end product was obviously shitty. Let's not be delusional. It was very bad, but I kept at it, and it got better and better over time, to the point where we are at now, where I think I'm pretty good. Still can improve, but pretty good. Good. So long as I don't blow your ears. Yeah. So I tried using other DAWs like Reaper and Cubase, but since I was used to FL, I just stuck with it. Yeah, I just stuck with it. And here we are today. Oh, come on, I gotta be careful with this cable. Yeah, so that's my DAW. And right now, I'm also using a MIDI controller. It is what I'm using to control the volume of the music. For example, I can increase the background music like this. it's louder, I can decrease it, make it a little quieter. That's just what I needed right now, so yeah, I'm using it. But normally I use it to actually how can I say this? Use MIDI instruments. Instruments? Yeah, MIDI instruments. VST instruments, more precisely. Yeah, so everything that is a little bit electronic in the production I make and orchestral, it's all MIDI. I don't have a huge array of instruments for now, so most of what I use is MIDI instruments. And native FL Studio VSTs at that. I didn't back in the day I didn't realize that I had a lot of choices, but now I figured it out and I use mostly native stuff. The VSTs that I use that are not native FL Studios are like compressor and compressors basically, and limiters, and some saturation or slash overdrive. Is it overdrive or distortion? Yeah, something like that. But the majority of the VSTs I use are native. So that's saying a lot, you know. I mean, a lot of people I see use something like Fab Filter, was it? That are EQ and comps, which are pretty great, but I still don't have any, let's say, I can't buy those yet. And since I can just use the native, how can I say it? The native VSTs, I don't have any urge to buy them. I'm doing alright as I am right now. Yeah. So, right now the MIDI control is just used for volume control for the music, but it is a mini keyboard that has 2 octaves. I'm not a very good keyboard player. Do you say keyboard player or piano player? I don't know. I'm not very good at keyboard, so I just use it to get the sound I want, and I use a lot of what was it called again? Quantization. Yeah, I use a lot of quantization and randomizing to make it tight, but also a bit less robotic. So quantization is, you know, making the notes sync with the tempo of the project, and randomization is, yeah, as it is, it randomizes things. So I usually randomizes I usually randomize velocity and pitch when it comes to percussions, so it doesn't sound always the same sample. It has a little bit of variation. Excuse me. Yeah, and talking about percussions, I program drums on the piano roll. I don't use the MIDI controller because I don't know how to drum with a keyboard, and I'm not very good at drums yet. I have some bass. I have some basic rhythm using all my how do you call my feet and my hands, but it's not to the, let's say, I'm not up to the level of my composition. Yeah. I'm I'm not as good a drummer as I am in guitar, basically. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, okay. Piano can be called keyboard. So yeah, playing the keyboard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, what I was... yeah. I'm not as good a drummer as I am a guitarist. I don't know if that sentence was correct, but I hope you understand what I was trying to say. Yeah. So I program with a piano roll, which does take a lot of time. So whenever I try to cover a song, I try to find some MIDI versions so I can at least get the bass of the drums, and then I modify it a bit if it doesn't suit the cover well. But yeah, and when I create, I just base my I have basic understanding of how rhythm works, so I just use that as a... how can I say this? As a guide for what I do in the piano roll. So technically I understand that it is doable for a human being. Because back in the day, I remember I wrote drum parts that are just quite impossible. You needed 5 limbs? Something like that. But now, because... yeah, first I know the basics of drumming, and second I got better at composing. I understand what kind of drum part works humanly speaking. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically how I come up with drums. And however, additive percussion, something like taiko or mallets, something like that, I use the MIDI controller because those are... I treat them as one big tom that I play with 2 hands. So instead of that, I use two keys and play them rhythmically to complement the drums I programmed. Yeah. So, anyway, I've been talking a bit, quite a bit right now, so let's play... sorry for that. It seems like the PC is struggling while charging a new song. Yeah, so let's play a new song. Yeah. So let's talk a bit about that one. That was based on Hollow Stars Josui Shinri. Yeah. Um, the first time I watched him, just felt really comfy. So I figured something very chill, very ambient would fit him. So let's talk about how a bit about recording and stuff. So let's first talk about guitar. That was very guitar heavy. So usually when I write riffs, metal riffs, I double track them. One track to the left and one track to the right. It makes it a lot more huge, you know. Sometimes I even track it 4 times. I don't know, quadruple track, maybe. Yeah. So when I quadruple track, first I play 2 riffs that are the same, exactly the same, nothing different about them, track left and right, but they are tuned. I use a pitch shifter. Yeah. So I have a 7-string guitar that is tuned drop A, but when I want to make riffs that are lower, I pitch shifted down 7 semitones, which makes it let's see, a drop D, double drop D, I think. Yeah, double drop D. I don't know if that's correct, but I'm just saying I'm saying stuff like that. A drop D guitar. So basically I may make an 8-string, I think. And I use those as lower pitch riffs. I don't make them different because at lower pitches it becomes muddle when you try to harmonize, I guess. Yeah, when you try to harmonize lower notes, it becomes a little bit muddy. It's better when it's either different octaves or just higher pitch. Makes it more clear and more pleasant to listen. That's the priority. That it's nice to listen to it. And that was main, let's say, the lower pitch riffs. And the higher pitch, either they are extension of the chords, or also the same but at a higher pitch register. So maybe 2 or maybe even 3 octaves higher than the lower riffs. I do something like that most of the time. Especially recently I delve into more heavy riffs that are, that makes you want to punch the wall or something like that. So lower pitch riffs do make that easier, more punchy, But that's just main riffs. In case of something like ambient guitars or cleans, it depends. Sometimes I double track it or even triple track it. Sometimes I just make one track in the middle with delays that are ping-ponging left and right. Depends. So in the case of the Shinri song that I played just before, I used a lot of cleans, if I remember. and not very distorted, but just a little bit distorted guitar with a lot of reverb that I layer upon each other. Excuse me. So, for example, I make like the bass note of a chord with that high reverb guitar. Then I layer another track with it, but an octave higher. It will make it more wider, and not just space-wise in the track, but melodically. It opens up when you layer 2 octaves. Yeah, so something like that with a guitar. And when it comes to lead guitar, I usually just make one lead guitar, whether it sings a melody or when I solo. So I always put a little bit of delay with lead guitar. I don't know, it just sounds better, in my opinion. Sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes I have to remind myself that you don't always need it. It depends on the context of the music. But usually, I have delay on with lead guitar. Hey, and speaking of guitar, let's talk about guitar tones. I use Archetype Nolly. I bought it, I don't know. It was it had a promotion when I bought it. I just jumped to the occasion because I know that Nolly is a great music producer. And all the tones in guitar I use right now, it's Archetype Nolly. Sometimes I do a bit of tweaking, depending, but the bass ones are just perfect. They are versatile. There are a lot, and I can find whatever I want in the bass. And it's a bonus that I can tweak it a bit. Yeah. So in case of a bass now, let's talk about bass. I'm not a good bass player too. Better than drums, but not as good as guitar. So I alternate. Sometimes I use a bass guitar, and sometimes I just use MIDI bass. Depends on the project I worked on. Lately, I just use MIDI. It just sounds, as long as it sounds good, and it works for me. And sometimes when I want to play make it play a bit more, I use a bass guitar. So it just depends. I don't know. At the end of the day, the end product dictates everything. So I like playing the bass, but sometimes I just don't have time to learn something. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's guitar. So that's the main instrument most of the time, and the bass depends. Sometimes I can come up with something good, sometimes I don't. But yeah, that's how I do recordings. Sometimes I do a little bit of vocal works. I'm not that good of a singer yet, but as long as it works. Basically that's my motto, as long as it works. So I think that's enough of a talk right now. Let's play some more music. Oops, sorry about that. Don't worry, that was from my house, not something else in your kitchen or something like that. So, as mentioned in the chat, that was a song, a piece, whatever, that is called Xenokuni Exorcist. So, it was based on Banzo in Haka from Holostars. I made a lot of Holostars related songs, music, whatever. I'm just gonna keep calling song. Yeah, so at the first heavy riffs, that was an example of what I was talking about earlier, where I pitch shifted the guitar to be a double drop D. It sounds better that way. In my opinion, of course. So, based on that, I'm gonna share a bit of how I compose more precisely on the musical creation process. So, most of the time, I come up with either a chord progression or a melody. So, in the case of a melody, I come up with an idea. I tweak it a bit, and I try to fit it with a chord progression after. So, depending on the chord progression, I might change some notes in the melody to fit it to the chord progression. Because most of the time the chord progression dictates the, how do you say it, the emotions, the mood of a song. So I think it's they both work, whether it's chord progression first or melody first. But for me specifically, I think it's easier to come up with a chord progression first and then create a melody based on that. Then you work on something like timing, rhythm, to make it more distinct. But for to begin with, I think those are my main two starters. Yeah, let's call it that. So, whether I come up with a melody first or a chord progression first, that is the first part. Now, after that, there are two ways to continue it. I like to call it the not planned way and the planned way. So, most of the time, especially when I just create a song that is not based on anything else, I just go the not planned way, which means that I come up with the sections of the music as I am recording. I don't know if many people do that, but I do that. Even that BGM that I'm playing right now, I'm sure I came up with it with a not planned way. So basically, it's just I have a bass idea, and then I explore it as the music goes, till I think that okay, it's time to stop. Yeah, that's usually what I do. Now, now let's talk about the planned way. I plan at least the structure of a song, the music, in advance when it's based on something. For example, when it's based on a video game or a character or even personalities, internet personalities, I have something planned in my mind. I know how the song will go, which sections are coming first, which are in the middle, and how to finish it. Because even when it's not based on anything, you have to think about it in a way to tell a story. But in the case of it being based on something that it already exists, you have to make your story fit that inspiration. So that's why it kind of automatically is planned, because you already have a vision for it. Yeah. And of course, I said two, but there's also a middle ground where you kind of know where you're going, but it's not. How do I say this again? Fixed. It's you can wiggle around. You can come up with something that you didn't have planned yet, but you have at least some bits that you know that you're gonna hit. But yeah, so it's semi-planned. I think that I kind of have a little bit more semi-planned songs compared to actually planned from the start. So yeah, either I don't plan it at all and just go with the vibes in my head. Usually I did that when I come up with musical ideas at 2 a.m., which I don't do anymore because I'm not I'm not abusing my body anymore at this point. It's time to be a little bit more healthy. And the planned one is easier when you have something, I would say, a source material. Hey, talking about that, I have some ideas. Oh, well, yeah, I'll talk about it at the end of the stream. But for now, let's listen to something. Let's listen to a new song now. Alright? Alright, so that song was based on Gavis Battle, another Holostars talent. So if you I don't know if you noticed, but French songs that are based on Holostar talent, especially the Yin ones, they have a motive that is, how do you say it? That repeats. They have a melody that a common melody, a common theme that is played in different styles, but trying to fit their characters. Yeah, so that's something I like. I really enjoy. So I wanted to talk a bit about David Maxim Micic. He's my biggest inspiration in music making. And he loves to do something like that. He has recurrent themes across his albums. Even different albums still have some specific melody that is reminiscent to something he already did back in the day, but it doesn't, for me at least, it doesn't feel repetitive because it's more of a signature than laziness. I don't know if someone would consider that laziness, but for me, it kind of how can I say this? Consolidates an identity in your mind about a specific artist. I think one of Periphery's album also has something like that. I don't remember the album, but there was a section that is repeated in at least three songs. So yeah, I really enjoy that. This is where the three boys are from the three Holostar Stallions, that is, are from the same generation, I wanted to make something that signals that they from the same, on the same group, but it is used different enough to how do I say it? To differentiate which one is which. Yeah. I had the idea to make something based on Flayon, but couldn't come up with anything to this day. I will eventually, but for now, the quadrilogy is still missing one piece. Yeah. So, the last music based on battle, I think it was semi-planned. I had general ideas where I wanted to go with it, but I'm pretty sure I improvised some sections in the middle. Yeah, I remember that. I think it's not totally planned. However, I have an example of a song that was mostly planned from the beginning. So we're gonna play that. Here we go. Whew, that was a long one. So, in the case of that song, I had a huge lore in mind. Yeah, had a huge lore in mind as a base to create that. So, it's. I really wanted it to feel very cinematic. Like, in some sorts, an abridged. A story abridged in the form of a piece of music. Something like that. So I had all the sections that I already planned in my mind. Not necessarily in the DAW, just in my mind. So I knew what all the beats I wanted to hit. All those sections I wanted to have a certain mood. Yeah. So that one was very, very, very ambitious. As long as I'm concerned. That was really. I think that's the longest song in my channel right now. It's almost 7 minutes. I don't think it would be the last. I still think I want to do something in that style. Something huge. Very, very cinematic, very epic. Yeah, because I love epic music. So, most of what I do, I want it to sound as epic as possible. Whether it's more chill or more intense, horror-like, something like that. Whatever the vibe, I just want it to feel epic. I don't know if some people don't like epic stuff, but for me personally, I always enjoy that vibe. Something that is very grand, very awesome to whether to look at or to listen at, to feel. So that's my one of my main goals when I make a piece. But at least it will sound epic. Yeah. Okay. So, if you noticed, since the beginning of the year, I delved more into making mashups. Yeah, so there are a lot of songs that I want to cover, but not necessarily the whole song, just a section of it. But that's a lot of stuff to want to do. So I figured I've already done, let's say, a big mashup of soundtrack from Devil May Cry 5 and Honkai Impact 3rd. Just love the idea of mashing two songs or more into one big epic clash, let's say. So I wanted to do more like that, because I can cover songs, specifically instrumental part of a song that I really like, and mesh it with a totally different one. Usually not in the same key, so it gives me more of a reason to remake the instrumental instead of just keeping the original, which I guess I can do, but I don't, since I have the ability to remake stuff and I enjoy remaking stuff like that, I just wanted to do it. So that's basically what it comes to. Just wanted to do it, so yeah. I can cover the part of a song that I really like, and make something different. Is it different? I mean, mashups already exist long before, but you know what I mean. Different from what I usually do, in a sense. So yeah, let's listen. So I've done, let's see, 5 so far. I have one that is already ready, but I think I'll release it next month, something like that. And I have another one in the works. It's still just figured out how to arrange it, and I'm still in the process to remake the instrumental. Sorry. So yeah, let's listen to them.
Stay with me.
Yeah, so that was the first one I released this year. So, what can I talk about? Stay with me. When did I? Ah, yeah. There was an anime convention in in the city where I live, where I was invited to play with a band. So they were playing, I guess, anime-related songs, but not just that. There's from just Japanese otaku stuff related. So one of the songs we played at that convention was "Stay With Me." That was the first time I heard the song. It was really catchy, and I was surprised that many people would followed along and danced with it. I was surprised. It was a nice surprise for me. So I had an idea of making a mashup, and I figured, yeah, let's use "Stay With Me." And second, there was "Go Your Own Way" by Fleetwood Mac. I discovered that song just pure luck. just YouTube doing its magic. Just discovered it and listened to it, and I really liked the song. So it was in the same key, so I just figured, yeah, let's combine those two. And the instrumental, it is quite an unknown, underrated artist that is called Neural Tech. The song is named The Catalyst. So I discovered The Catalyst via I don't know how to pronounce it, via Alex Mukala. He's a composer slash YouTuber that dissect soundtrack for movies and games, and he recommended that song from his review of Bury the Light. Of course, when it's related to Bury the Light, I will be there. And I listened to it, and it's really epic and great. It sounds so grand. It checks all the points for me. So I wanted to do that song. So this was a perfect opportunity to do it. So I combined those three, and that is how it came out. It was relatively didn't take that long to make. So yeah, I really like how it came out. Now let's hear the next one. Yeah. So that was Tokyo Ghoul mixed with Devil May Cry 5. You know, it's Bury the Light. I've made a lot of Bury the Light related stuff. I'm not even close to done with that. Still have a lot of things that I want to merge with Bury the Light. At some point this channel will become a Bury the Light channel, but whatever. So, in order to mix something with Bury the Light, I figured Yeah, the Unravel. Let's mix that with that. But at first it was too short, so I wanted to add something more. So I took Katharsis as a let's say an opening for it, and I merged them all there. And since I had the outro, I was like, let's put what was it again? Psychosocial. Just because there's no deep meaning behind it. I just put it there to make it catchy, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. That's basically why I made it. Nothing else to it apart from that. So let's see. Let's play the next one.
Feels like I'm singing 6 feet underground. This heart is beating without any sound. There are no second chances for me. Nobody's likely to come back around. どこまで行けるかな。バラバラにされた日々輝きの暗闇に落ちながら再生する Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Won't let it hide, just give it one more try. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Won't let it hide, just give it one more try. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Won't let it hide, just give it one more try. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Stay alive, just wanna stay alive. Just give it one more try.
A little bit of mistake there. Nothing to worry about. That was an accidental tease, I guess. Wasn't supposed to play the other one. But it's okay. So that was 6 Feet Under mixed with War of Being. So, War of Being is, for the time being, my favorite Tesseract song. Especially that last section. I really love that last section. So I wanted to do that, and I remember Calliope's 6 Feet Under, which is how do I say this? So it was produced. The music was produced by TK. So of course I was intrigued. Then I heard it, and it is really interesting. The mash between rap style and TK's, let's say, very distinct sound. It meshes perfectly. Yeah. So I wanted to use the chorus because it's a great chorus in my opinion, and mesh it with War of Beans riff, and not the two songs don't have the same length. How do I say this? They don't have the same length musically, so it's not necessarily a signature, a different time signature. It's more like different bar length. So the chorus for 6 Feet Under is something like 16 measures or something like that, while the riff from War of Bean is 12 measures. So at the first part I had to extend the riff from War of Bean to be 16 measures instead of 12. Sorry. And at the second part to the ending, right before the ending, I had to change the vocal parts of 6 Feet Under into 12 measures instead of 16 to fit the War of Bean riff. So it's kind of weird. If you know both songs, you will realize that it's not exactly the same. But yeah, it got a bit tricky, but I figured it out in the end, and I slipped in what was it called again? Oh no. I don't remember the title. I'm blanking out. Wait a minute. Ah, yeah. No, I don't remember it. The song from Banzo in Haka. I put in the chorus from that song in there to make it really chaotic. What is happening to my audio? That is weird. Have to. I'll have to figure that out when I finish this. So, oops, sorry. Didn't have to add a cable collision there. Collision. Why did I say collision? Collision. Yeah. Let's listen to the next one. It's quite short. Very short indeed. So that was just, I remembered Renai Circulation, and I was like, that is a very meme heavy song. So I combined it with, I don't know if a lot of people know about this one. It's by Casey Edward and Victor Borba, the same guys behind Bury the Light. It's called Vacant Surrender. Just took that, mixed it with Renai circulation, and added let the bodies hit the floor at the end, just because. Yeah, English is complicated. It takes a lot of brain power. Yeah. So I mixed those just because. There is no deeper meaning behind it. Just wanted to mix those. And I used let the bodies hit the floor because it fits any song? Really? Needly. That's gotta be a new word now. Let's use that instead of needlessly. Yeah, so nothing much to talk about that one. I think it was just me and my weird thoughts, and I just do it without thinking twice. Okay, let's listen to the last one.
Can we roll? Let's see what happens. Let's see if we just play tag. Yeah, come on out, don't be too nice. Let me know. Rolling up, hop up your fist, so come and join the club. Yeah, I was grateful you're the one who's flying free. Can we roll? Let's see what happens. Let's see if we just play tag. Yeah, come on out, don't be too nice. Let me know. Rolling up, hop up your fist, so come and join the club. Yeah, I was grateful you're the one who's flying free.
Huh, I think I meant thoughts instead of farts. But I don't remember what I said, so maybe I said farts? Yeah. So, yeah, so that was Play Dice by Hakos Bales. Nobody calls her that, but whatever. And BFG Division from Doom 2016. So, she's supposed to be Chaos Incarnate. I thought that mixed well with Doom's music. So yeah. Together they become Dice Division. I think I called it something else in the video. Oh yeah, I called it Chaos Division. That sounds better instead of Dice Division. That means nothing. So, what to talk about that one? I don't think I have any special anecdote about that one, and just straight just made it and came out like that. Oh yeah, I think when I remade the instrumental, I was a bit confused because it didn't. Yes, it didn't have the same key, but it didn't exactly sound like BFG Division. And when I really listened to it later, I realized that during the main riff of BFG Division, there are no bass. It's just the kick drums that occupy the low frequencies. so there are no bass. So that's why it didn't sound the same from my version. But I figured that I just leave it like that. Doesn't really, it's not really a big deal if it doesn't sound exactly the same. I mean, it will never sound exactly the same. So might as well make it a little bit different, as long as it doesn't sound bad. I think I don't articulate, my articulation of words was not that good either, so I don't blame you. I mean, I said farts. If I was British, it does sound like farts. Yeah, it kind of sounds the same. So yeah. Alright. So yeah. Well, I was thinking I was just going to stream for an hour or at most, but it's almost 2. Yeah, it's time to finish. I don't want to be here for too long because I'm thinking about making this more frequently. I don't know if I can keep a weekly stream. I'll think about maintaining a rhythm of, let's say, twice a month. If I can do more, I will do. But let's start at the pace that I can maintain first. So I'll try to make a lot more streams in this style, just talking. I like to talk about things. Also, I want to talk about what else I want to make in the future. So, first of all, tomorrow, more precisely in a few hours, there will be an original song, music, whatever, that will be uploaded on the channel. It's themed around the rain, because it's been raining a lot here the past, I don't know, 3 weeks. It kind of stopped now, but it did last a month or so, yeah. Yeah, it's just based around rain. It's not very long, but I just wanted to do something like that from time to time. Yeah, so it's gonna be uploaded in, I don't know, in 10 hours or so. Yeah. One of the reasons why I have huge pauses like that is because I try to read chat too. So if you can come today and just listen to the VOD, I'll try to update whenever I'm doing this again. So if you're available, we can chat around together, not just me talking to the screen, and the invisible chatter, the more the merrier. Also, I was talking about something back in, I don't know anymore, where did I wanted to talk about this, but yeah, I am making something very cinematic, so I want to make some original music based around characters or anime/manga, but doesn't necessarily have their own themes, I guess. I mean, I'll still try to do themes around characters that already have their own, but I want to put my own spin on them, and I want to make soundtracks, I guess, based on mangas but don't have anime. I have one particular, let's say, dojin in my mind. It's kind of cursed. It's really cursed, but I think I can think of I can come up with something interesting with it. For whoever's familiar with the number 100,077 and 13, you know. If you know, you know. Someday I'll make something related to that. Other than that, I'll still make a few mashups here and there. Some covers. Oh yeah, this month I'll release a cover from Bleach. Yeah. Other than that, I've got some covers based on video games that are coming, I think, next month. Yeah, next month, not this one. And some other stuff on the works. I've got some backlog for once, not just being empty every time I upload something. Yeah. So gonna work on more lengthy songs, because lately they've been less than 2 minutes, which is, I don't mind, but it's been a while since I put out something longer, something more beefy. So I'll try to work more on that. And yeah, I think that's all I got to talk about for now. Hope you had a nice time, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe next week. Who knows? Depends on my head. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, now it's almost night in here. So have a good day / night / noon / evening, wherever you are, whether you're a VOD watcher or a live listener. Have a nice day. So see you later. Bye bye.